Hey y'all, welcome back to Mrs. Lynn's Cooking. Today we're going to make a homemade taco pizza. The only things you're going to need is I have pre-cut Mexican cheese blend cheese, a pound of ground beef, pizza crust, your favorite picante sauce or whichever taco sauce you like. You will need 1 pack of taco seasoning, lettuce, sour cream if you like it, or guacamole in a pan to bake. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our ground beef and we're just going to fry it up like we normally would. I am adding minced onions to my ground beef. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's just up to the individual person. And then once we get this fried up, then we're going to add our taco seasoning to it. Okay, I've got my ground beef cooked up. And like I said, I add a little bit of onion to it because I like onion in my meat. Now, I'm going to take my taco seasoning pack and I'm just going to sprinkle this in here. And I'm just going by the directions on your taco seasoning pack. And then it calls for 3/4 of a cup of water. And we're going to pour that in. And then we're going to reduce this down till it turns into a gravy. Okay, we have our taco meat already done. It's sitting on the stove right now, just running down a little bit. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your oil and you're going to fry your pizza pan or whichever pan you have with your oil. Make sure you spread it really, really good because you want this stuff to not stick. And then once we do this, we're going to open up our pizza crust and we're going to spread it out into our pan. So just bear with me. And these things like to fight me, it seems like every single time. Okay, and I'm going to take, and I'm going to open up my pizza dough, and I'm going to spread it out onto a pan. I'm just doing a small pan because there's only a small amount of people here today. And so we're just going to stretch it out. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to take and put our picante sauce over the top of our dough. So just let me get this stretched out here. And I have one end that looks like it's going to be a little thicker than the other. But when you're working with the pizza dough, that's fine. This doesn't matter. It's pizza dough. Okay, and then I've already had a jar of sauce that is already open, so I'm going to go ahead and use the remaining of this. And I'm just going to spread this out. You put as little or as light of a sauce that you want on it. Some people can take the heavier sauce, and then some people cannot. You grab a spoon. And then we're just going to spread our taco sauce, or not taco sauce, I'm sorry, our picante sauce all over it. And then once we do that, we're going to take and bring in our ground beef that we cooked with the taco seasoning. But you can use any kind you want. And I've made one of these before, but I didn't put enough of the taco sauce on it because this is kind of like a thick crust. So I'm going to make sure I put a little bit extra on it this time. I kind of really like it because it just brings out the flavor with everything. And it's a really quick, easy, simple meal anybody can do. Kids will love it. And kids will love making it as well. So I'm going to set that there and I'm going to get my ground beef. Okay, and it is picante sauce, not taco sauce, but I keep calling it that. I'm sorry. But what I'm going to do is I just put my ground beef into a paper plate, and I'm just going to sprinkle it all over the top of this dough. And if you have fresh jalapenos, you can cut those up and put those on there as well. But I'm going to use all this meat because I want it to be kind of like a really hearty meal. So, and then it'll also help absorb a little bit. The paper plate will help absorb some of that grease off the bottom of that meat. It doesn't take all of it off, but it does help drain it just a little. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get this done, and then I'll come back to you and get it spread out. Okay, I've got all my meat on here. I've spread it out evenly the best I could. Now, you're going to take your cheese mix, which I have a Mexican cheese blend, and you're going to just put your cheese over the top of this. And then we're going to take it over to a 400-degree oven and bake it until, I'm going to say it's going to take about 20 to 25 minutes to bake because it's a little bit thicker of a crust. Okay, we got that done. And once we get this out of the oven, I will bring it back on, let you take a look at it, and we'll go from there. Okay, our pizza is out of the oven. It turned out really nice. We went ahead and cut a piece out. I'm going to take a little bit of my lettuce. I'm going to put it over the top of it. And then we're going to take our Valentina sauce, put a little bit over this. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe.